Hey, good morning, everybody. So, it's funny, when introducing myself, I'm sort of in this space where I'm not sure whether to say it's James, or it's Dharmakaya, or it's Kaya, or it's Jimmy, Jimbo, Dharma. I sort of don't know, so I won't introduce myself with a name. So it's me. It's me here sharing with you, and this is about the beautifully deep, touching connection that occurred during one of the first cacao ceremonies that I've held, which was in Alvaro's house in Lima, Miraflores, a few nights ago. The night before that I flew to New York. So it was beautiful timing, and held space with Alvaro in his house. He translated everything in Spanish, so he was sitting next to me, and so it was Spanish and English, Spanglish. And there was 15 people gathered in circle, and it was really, really an honor to share the medicine of cacao and its heart-opening properties with all these brothers and sisters, who are here to connect and meet new people and try something new. And it was just really touching, I set up the space and made it beautiful, had the cacao in the middle. We did Agua de Florida on everybody. We Palo Santo'd the room and each person. We went around the room and everyone shared where they're from and what brought them to the space. And and then we served each other cacao. We went around the circle and each brother or sister served the person next to them and set them an intention with love. And we all drank together and we just connected and chatted about cacao and about everything. I was playing calm, chill out Indian mystical music in the background, dimmed lights, and just beautiful moments. And the live music happened, and Rui, the brother on my right, was playing flute, and Giancarlo was playing guitar, and Arade, she was also playing guitar, and there was drums when Philip was playing. So we were jamming with live music, and people were just relaxing and laying around, and then we did a maneuver swap and people swapped positions. And then we joined back in circle and held hands as one, and we each shared how we were feeling and what was going on for us in the moment, which was really lovely. And then we came together for a big group hug and held in that embrace for a few minutes and did a little Shavasana, and I played Remember Who You Are by Omkara, a very powerful track, while everyone was lying down. And Giancarlo offered some essential oil from the Amazon, so everyone had a sniff of that. So it had this spontaneity to it as well. We opened the circle with an Om and closed it with an Om. It just ran smoothly and felt right. I felt like I was in the right place. And then we were supposed to finish, 11:30, and by 12 everyone was just jamming and enjoying, and so we had to slowly slow it down, but it was just pure love. And I guess one of the most beautiful things was the gratitude that people shared after, their hugs and their kisses and their embraces, and their gratitude for an experience and for sharing and for connecting and for me and Alvaro holding the container in the space. Incredible feeling. Absolutely incredible, and it feels right to me. And it feels like a therapeutic setting, which it is. So I'm very confident with my path with psychotherapy and counselling, with healing, with therapy, with holding space, and with journeying with the medicine of Theobroma cacao and the sacred heart opening elixir. So yeah, I just wanted to share my experience because I held the one or two ceremonies in Chasuta with the cacao, and then this was the big whammy, which I did all by myself. I cooked it myself, I set up the room, and so I really was empowered by it. So I wanted to savor that memory and that love, and I look forward to doing more ceremonies and holding space for people to grow into their highest potential and to come into a vibration and radiation of love and joy, and personal development. So that's my mission, is to continue raising awareness and consciousness through being myself and through role modeling openness and integrity and love, and continuing to develop myself to the highest morality and hold myself accountable, to the best of my ability, remaining open to growth. So lots of love to everyone who listened to that, and I look forward to making this into a big podcast blog sharing of my journey. Currently in Queens now, back in New York City. Looks like I'll be here for 6 months. So I'll tune into you soon. Lots of love. Ciao. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Just thought I would free associate and say whatever comes to mind. I'm in a park in Queens. Just went for a walk to get some fresh air and have a think about life. And yeah, I guess I'm feeling the challenge of another big pathway and step in my journey, and being in a big city smoke in New York. I guess it's exactly 1 week now that I've been here, and it's been quite intense, really. The family I'm staying with is full pace, high stress, real busy, full power family, and then getting the train into Brooklyn and into the city is a journey, and then catching up with Flo has been beautiful and also a bit intense in terms of connecting with her pretty closely quite early on, and running the ceremony together, the cacao and tantra alchemy on the Tuesday night. So yeah, it's been full power straight into doing the ceremony. And on the Saturday, I think it was, we did the chocolate making course together, and then supported her at her ceremony last night at the event Drumbeat that she played at. So it's been quite intense in terms of just adapting to
a new relationship and dealing with the busyness of her life and dealing with the busyness of the family life and dealing with the busyness of New York life. So yeah, I guess it's mixed emotions. I really trust in the path and in my journey, and what is unfolding as it needs to. And yeah, it was a big decision to come here for 6 months. But I feel that that's part of my journey and growth. And already I've felt like my healing powers, healing capacities, which I believe everyone has endogenously within them. I already feel like my healing powers have been shared and been dispersed and disseminated throughout the community. So yeah, that's really promising, because my intention here is my own healing and my own self-love combined with radiating, sharing love with others and sharing and encouraging and supporting healing of others. That's really what it comes down to. It's love and healing. Healing is a form of love, so it's really it's not just, it's love, which for me is one of the most powerful creative powers, energies in this universe. So just having patience with myself and having patience with the intensity of everything. I'm just really honoring what I need and honoring what my body needs. Taking extra time to look after myself. So, meditating in the morning and really focusing on eating good, nutritious food to sustain me. So, yeah, and it's also like, how deep do I get involved with the people here, and how much do I get involved in the community and with ceremonies. Depending how long I'm here, I guess you only live once, and in this body anyway. And so I feel like it's an opportunity to just dive super deep and get involved fully and share my love of cacao and ecstatic dance and holding sacred space and safe space for people to explore themselves and explore others. So yeah, that's all the stuff that's going on. And then it's like we flow with this relationship. The questions pop into my head are like, is this going to be long term? Is this just now? What about the future? But maybe I should just live in the present. And the conditioning of previous relationships comes in and says, is this what I want? And so it's just, it's previous issues, I guess, and previous conditionings surfacing. And so it makes it harder to be really integral in the moment. I'm doing my best to do that and to live it out fully. And I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the journey. The journey is not meant to be a picnic in the park with sunflowers and milkshakes looking at the harbour. You know, the journey has obstacles and has things that need to be traversed and need to be worked through and dealt with and integrated. So thank you everyone for listening, whoever was listening to that, and I love myself and I love everyone else. Ciao.
God took all of me, and every day God lives and breathes through me. Looking in the mirror, I love you, sweet God. Oh, my beloved, kindness of the heart, breath of life. Oh, I bow to you. Divine teacher, beloved friend, I bow to you.
Hey, Dhammakaya checking in here from a park near Brooklyn Bridge, Hoyt Street. And I'm just chilling here, relaxing in nature and thinking about my life. What's new, hey? But no, specifically, thinking about my next moves. My intention was to spend 6 months here in Brooklyn and then go back, to Sydney after that and move up to Queensland or the Gold Coast or Byron and study the new masters up there. And just in the last few days, that's been shifting, and I've started to think maybe I might go back sooner, potentially after the Zen training. And I guess there's many reasons for that. One is the yearning to get back stuck into the study and to finish the masters and have that done, and I could be halfway through by the end of the year if I continue. Then the other part of me is I guess missing my family and friends, just having that close community of people checking up on you and seeing how you are, because here, even though there's a beautiful community, most of them are so busy that generally they don't they haven't been checking up how I am, which is fair enough. So I guess part of me wants to have. I've realised that I've been enjoying the structure, of the temple. Artistically being in the one place and being able to set up my room and, having a commitment every day. I've enjoyed having this structure. And the structure reminds me of the structure that that I had back home. And I was sort of looking forward to having that again in one place, and growing roots back into back into my little Manly flat. So I'm thinking about maybe going back to Sydney and I guess integrating the last 9-10 months and saving up some money again and getting stuck back into my study, and then in a year and a half I would have it'll be finished, and then I can move up to the Shire and move up to Byron and start working and surfing and living up there. So this is my new idea. I'm thinking, what excites my heart more? I mean, it's exciting to be in New York and to not really know what I'm going to do these 6 months and stuff, and Oregon Eclipse. True. But part of me, I guess he's worried about not having enough community around and being involved enough to have a sense of close friendships. And then I guess part of me is concerned that it's not contributing close enough to my goals or my mission, and that's to become qualified and to start working as a therapist and a healer. I mean, I'm learning more about myself by being here, of course, and I am I'm growing in certain ways and still running a few ceremonies, which is great. I'm just wondering if I can fast track or speed up the momentum by going back to Sydney and getting straight back into the masters and and continuing that journey. And I mean, I've moved a lot in the last 9 months. I haven't been in the one place for more than a few weeks, really, maybe 3-4 weeks. And so the thought of even, say, going back to Mum's house or going up to the Shire or up to Queensland to a new place and starting again with new people and stuff is a bit overwhelming. And I think I've already had enough spontaneity and challenge and that sort of flamboyant, flowing style of living. So part of me feels that it could be helpful to go back and have a little bit of comfort, to know where I'm at, to have a house and to have some friends around and integrate back in slowly, and then head up to Byron on weekend trips and in holidays and start building up a community, and then integrate slowly up there. I like the feeling of that better than just going straight up there, in January or February and trying to find a place and meeting new people and go to a new uni and start that whole thing. And as I said, I'm always down for a challenge and for things that are going to build my character and help me grow. And there's a limit to that, there's balance to that, because I've had so much of that, the last 10 months, 9 months, and it'd be nice to have you know, a bit of the opposite as well, to have a bit of certainty and, you know, make my place special again and hold ceremonies there. And you know, I'd prefer the big room, of course, but you know, the little room is still beautiful. And the places I've lived here, you know, it's heaven. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So, you know, potentially I could finish the 4 weeks in the Zen temple and then go back to Sydney, and I'd have 2 weeks before uni started, straight back into it. Jump straight back into the cerebral palsy work. Jump back into running ceremonies. And then integrate there slowly. So that's what I'm thinking, you know. I mean, what are my priorities? I guess my priorities are you know, connection, love and healing, right? And I think, I don't know, but I'm feeling that, you know, this community is lovely here and all that, and I love them. But I'm feeling like I'm going to get more connection in Sydney. And that's just with, you know, with my close friends. Catching up with Pete, catching up with Will. You know, seeing Marion and Liz, 2 besties. And then family as well. Because they're the strongest connection. So part of me thinks I'll get the most connection there. The most healing, you know, who knows really. Probably more challenges in New York, therefore more healing. So yeah, what does my heart feel? Right now, my heart feels like going home. My heart feels like having a sense of home again. You know, coming home to the same place, cooking meals, surfing, and I wanna feel at home. And it's been tough here because a lot of the community, as I said, are quite busy, and you know, that was probably one of the main reasons why I came back. And I'm sure that will change, and I could catch up with them and do things and stuff. But you know, ultimately, they're still, from what it appears, living this fucking busy lifestyle, man. Like, it's good to be busy and, you know, be contributing and use your time valuably, but there's a limit. And it seems like the energy of New York can take you away from that sometimes. So yeah, so that's what I'm feeling at the moment.
Hey, what's happening? So I'm currently here in Brooklyn, New York City, in the neighborhood of Bushwick, and it just made me feel into some memories which are really close to my heart, and I wanted to share them. And that is the cacao and tantra ceremony that Florencia and I held at her house. And she lives in Bushwick, so hence the connection that I felt being here. So yeah, I think I arrived back into New York on the Friday, and straight away we planned the ceremony for the Tuesday night. And yeah, it was a really beautiful day and beautiful evening. And we spent about 2 hours or so setting up the space and preparing the cacao together, and we went for a few of the tantra exercises, and it was just a really lovely and easy and smooth time. And then we had Eka come around, Malika's son, Romany and Eduardo, and Kelly and Sean. So Romany partnered up with Eka. So yeah, there was 7 of us, and we had a beautiful cacao ceremony, and then did some beautiful tantric exercises. Me and Flo demonstrated, and then the others performed the exercises. And we had beautiful music, and it was really successful. It was really felt deeply connected, and I loved holding the space with Florencia. I felt that we worked really, really strong together, and really honoured each other's input and involvement and participation in holding that space and holding the container for healing and transformation. You know, the safety for people to grow. So yeah, it was magical and divine. And after the ceremony, we finished quite late, maybe 11 or something. Watson, her little puppy dog, had done a bit of an accident on the bed, so we spent the next hour trying to wash the sheets and put them in the washing machine and hang them up outside and wash them again, and it was quite the task and journey, especially after putting in all the energy for the evening and holding the space. But the way we did it together was lovely, and yeah, we really worked together on it and made it happen. And then yeah, I stayed the night and had a beautiful snuggle, and yeah, and I saved that as a deeply connected experience, one that will stay with me for a long time. Just a lovely evening all around, and Flo made what did she make? She made this cashew dip with like cashew yogurt. That's it, cashew yogurt with maple syrup and goodness in it, and yeah, it was super delicious. So loved the evening, loved holding the space, and yeah, I'd like to do it again before I leave New York City. So over and out. Ciao, ciao. Hey, what's doing? So checking in here, 12:30 a.m. and officially the 10th of June now. It was a full moon yesterday, and I've just come from this beautiful cacao ceremony held by the dear Florencia and her spirit guide from Guatemala, Nana Marina, and they held a beautiful space together. We shared the wonderful heart elixir medicine of cacao, and Marina spoke about the Mayan culture, a little bit about the Mayan calendar,
260 days. I spoke a bit about the history of cacao and how it came about. We held it to our hearts and drank it together. And then it was lovely. We had the fire in the middle at Flo's house, and we transmuted the things that we wanted to share and release. Ideal with a full moon, and transmuted those things into the fire, and offered a candle to the fire, offered some food and offerings into the flames. And then we had a little dance on Pachamama, on the earth, and then gave each other some hugs, and it was really lovely, Then we had like a meditation journey, which Marina led while Flo was on the sound bowls, doing her sound healing Tibetan bowls, jamming on there during the ceremony and singing. So it was it was really beautiful to sit in ceremony, and it's always divine to sit in a circle with brothers and sisters and just to share openness and share love, and that's where I feel the most home, sitting in a circle and feeling this unity and harmony amongst my brothers and sisters. So just on the way home back to the Zen Fire Lotus Temple, where I'm staying for a month, which is going well. Zazen practice every morning and evening, hour and a half, and that's my current commitment for the next month. So just rolling with that, and I've got an early morning tomorrow, so that should be interesting, but that's the way life goes sometimes. And I had a beautiful evening, and it's probably one of the last cacao ceremonies that I'll do here, because I'm leaving in 3 weeks, and it's a busy schedule with the temple. So it was lovely to be there, and also to connect with Romany, my sister from another mother, and her gorgeous, unconditional loving energy. So that's me going home now. Lots of love to you all. Ciao. Muchas gracias, cacao. Muchas gracias, oh cacao. Muchas gracias, cacao. Open mi corazón. Muchas gracias, cacao. Muchas gracias, oh cacao. Open mi corazón. Open mi corazón. Muchas gracias, Pachamama. Muchas gracias, Pachamama. Open mi corazón. Open mi corazón. De espírito cacao. De espírito cacao. Open mi corazón. Open mi corazón. Check it out, come through, get the mic and I go this route in New York City. When I'm getting gritty, come through, get the mic and it ain't a pity. I've been for here 2 months and I got the crunch. I come through, get the mic and I'm down a punch. I'm down a punch on. I don't mean that literally. I'm coming through, I got the mic, I'm feeling spiritually. At the moment when I express these emotions, coming through and I'm straight coasting. On this ride of life, I come through, get the mic and I ride it right. Sit back and I'll be in Brooklyn in the Zen temple, and I rip the instrumental. Cause I'm letting my feelings flow, coming through. Get the mic, you know how I do it, bro. Check it out. Express myself, good for my mental health. You know what I mean? I come through, get the mic, and you know I rip it main. And I'm sitting here in the Zen temple, and I come through, got the mic, you know I got the instrumental in the background. I got the mad sound. I come through, get the mic, and put my hat down. To those out there that doing their best, I come through, get the mic, and you know I got stress in my life. And it happens to us all, and I come through, get the mic, you know I'm not a fool, just doing my best to raise the consciousness of this planet. I come through, get the mic, and that be my habit, and I'm gonna do my best to heal. I come through, get the mic, yes, you know the deal, gonna share the medicine of cacao. On my trip I come through, get the mic on that smooth, cool shit. Run ceremony back in Australia, I coming through and it's like paranalia. Sitting here and I'm drinking organic kombucha. Jimmy wanna get the mic, getting crook, yeah. Sit back, watch me rip that. Got the funky flow in the background, lad. Gonna leave here in 2 weeks. Back home, come through, get the mic, you know I'll be in the zone. I'll be ripping this raw, I'll be ripping this real. I come through, yes, you know the deal. In the Zen temple, meditating on my breath. Come through, get the mic, you know that I do my best in my life. I got the mic, I rip it right, come through, cause you know I'm going towards the light. I could take the light with the darkness. I come through, get the mic, you know I got the flows, kid. Sit back and I be chillin'. I come through, get the mic, and you know I'm not a villain. Gonna share cacao with those that I meet. I come through, get the mic, and you feel the feet, you feel the heat. Hey, what's doing? So I'm just going for a walk from the Zen temple in Borum Hill up to Prospect Heights, up to Prospect Park, and it's summer here in New York City, and it's beautiful to walk the streets, and you know, to appreciate and respect everything that New York City offers, because it really offers everything. You know, you got the grimy and the gritty, and the ghettos and the hood, combined with these beautiful parks, you know, with the sirens in the background that you're still in the street and you're still in the city. And then you got these incredible parks and nature scattered all throughout the city, and this juxtaposition is incredible. And then you've got, you know, all the quirky spiritual events and cacao and sound healing and consciousness festivals and heart and mind festivals and Burning Man and you know, all these full moon events and shamanic events. So you can really do and get involved with anything that you want here. You know, it's sort of up to you how you balance it and how you flow with what's on offer. But the beauty is that it is all on offer. Like, you want peace and quiet, you can have peace and quiet. You want busy and hectic, you can have busy and hectic. It's all here, you know. And the diversity of the place is just incredible. The people and the cultures and you know, the energy is really divine. So I'm just now arriving at Prospect Park, so I'm going to have a little bit of silence. I feel a little bit of quietude, you could say, an attitude of quietness. So looking forward to that. Leaving New York City in 2 weeks, back to Australia. So sending everyone lots of love and connection. Ciao. Hey, so right now I am going to share my visions and intentions for, I guess, the next chapter of my journey back in Sydney. Year and a half, potentially 2 years. And my intention is to
is to first live with Marion for the first month and a half, maybe 2 months, and just connect deeply with her as my best friend, and settle back into the Sydney lifestyle, get back into Lifeline, back into my Masters of Psychotherapy and Counselling, and back into my surfing and yogic community. That's sort of the main intention, and really just focus on the studies and completing them, which is just encouraging me and driving me closer towards my mission and goal of facilitating healing and holding healing spaces. So during that time, I intend to share my love and passion for holding space, working primarily with Theobroma cacao, with the sacred cacao drink. So my intention is, after I've settled in a little bit, to look for, I'm feeling into a 2-bedroom flat in Queenscliff, with a balcony, with fresh air, with light. Ocean views would be a bonus, not a necessity. And the main thing really is just to have a light, bright, open living lounge room so that I can hold sacred space there, and share my love of cacao there. And also I'd like to share it at some other events and collaborate with a few other people with cacao, and also at Key Yoga I'd like to hold space there. So yeah, I guess to really start facilitating circles, holding more space, and getting used to dealing with those group dynamics in a ceremonial setting, which is all perfect practice for holding group therapy sessions. So yeah, I'd like to hold space in that beautiful, light, bright, sunny living room, lounge room in Queenscliff with that oceanic energy. And I'd really love to live with someone who is just conscious about the earth and about the environment and about, having a beautiful space, and really just someone who wants to live in a clean, beautiful, healthy apartment, that has a growth mindset. And I feel that would just energetically be really, really beautiful to share that space with them. And, that they're ideally comfortable or enjoy sitting in ceremony. And, yeah, really practice my work back on the phones as a crisis support counsellor for Lifeline, whilst finishing my Masters, whilst running those ceremonies, using and working alongside cacao, as well as working for Cerebral Palsy Alliance and helping out there in whatever way I can, and during this whole time remembering to honor myself and to give myself that loving energy and respect that I know I deeply deserve, which I do, and which I plan to do. So that's my visions. That's what I'd like to do, and just continue sharing my truth with others, continue spreading the vibration and frequency of love, and continue showing up in my most authentic self, and with real honesty in my communication, being as clear, having as much clarity as I can in my intentions with other people and with how I relate to others, and really bringing back all that knowledge and that wisdom and that experience from the last 10 months
and infuse that and share that and disseminate that amongst all those that cross my path, and and to my own way and how I'm living my life. So yeah, and really integrate everything that I have experienced back in Sydney. So that's the intention, and let's make it happen. Let's love. Hey, how's everyone doing? So I'm here with you right now to share about my experiences of last night, Sunday night, the 25th of June 2017, in New York City, in the borough of Brooklyn, in the hood of Bushwick, at Romany's house. And Romany is my beautiful sister from Australia, and she's been living here for about 3 years now in the States. And we held a cozy with cacao ceremony at her house last night, and it was magical. It was pure, unbounded, all-pervasive, delicate, fragile beauty and love manifesting in action. From our organization to our collaborating to making the cacao together, to setting up the space, to communicating and working out how we want it to run, and our intentions for the evening was all so beautifully interconnected and in synchronization, which is such a nice feeling when you're on a similar page to someone in your intentions of what you want to create and how you want a space to be held safely, and to create this container which allows people to be who they are and express the depths of their truth and what's going on for them. And that's what we did, and we did it so beautifully, and we ended up having about maybe 10 or 11 people coming. We had Flo and her brother Eric, we had Benny and his friend Mike, and we had Ika and Leela, his partner, and Mana, his little baby boy. And we also had Chris, and we had Melanie, and Kelly, and Sean. All there, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful, and Benny shared some really deep appreciation for my holding space and the way we connected, and this aspect of safety that he talked about, this creating an energy of safeness for someone. And I really honored him sharing his experience with that. And then Mike as well was just so appreciative of being in this space which he's never been in before, of pure love and safety. And he called our hugs an airport hug because it's the longest hug he's ever done. Airport hugs, sort of tantra hugs, where you stand there and you hug for a couple of minutes. and just divine. We made the cacao using Marcela's cacao as well as my homemade cacao from Chasuta in Peru. So it was a mixture of cacaos. We put a little bit of dates, cayenne pepper, and a touch of cinnamon. And everyone brought a little bit of food. We shared healthy food together. We played lush music. And we did the partner exercise where we connected and looked at the other one into their eyes, and we said, "Thank you for being here. I love you just the way you are." And then we swapped roles, and the other person said it to their partner. And we finished with connecting the one heartbeat, the one pulse. Everyone had their hand on the person next to them, on their radial pulse. And we connected through that. And just everyone got along really well, and everyone loved the space. And it was just memorable, really. Federico, Florencia's brother, really opened up and was feeling. Melanie was completely loving the space and voiced that so vocally. And yeah, and as did Chris, happy as always to be in this heart space. And I just felt so much gratitude for being able to provide such a healing experience for people, and really happy to help to hold that with Romany, my Aussie sister. So lots of love to all those who are listening, and over and out. Mwah. Hello, everyone who's listening. It must be really interesting once I listen back to all of these recordings and tuning into the different tones of my voice and the different energies, and seeing how evident it is of what I'm feeling and in the moment. I'm sure is more easily understood by my tone and my voice. So yeah, at the moment it is my last day in New York City, and I leave tonight back to Australia after almost 2 months here in New York. And last night I facilitated and held a cacao medicine ceremony at Rockefeller Park, which is part of the Battery Park City complex in Manhattan, west side, overlooking New Jersey on the water. And it was at sunset, and there was 20 of us in total, and it's almost indescribable to put into words the feeling of creating and co-creating such a space of safety and love, which just creates magic. It literally creates magic and sparks, like everyone's unique magic, and brings that up into manifestation. And that's that's from what I observed. Wow, where to start? Sasha, my dear brother, came with his partner Jenna, and Sasha was playing the handpan gently during our talking stick sharing introductions, and then he jammed after the sunset with the handpan, and we started off with shaking and movement with some shakers that he brought, which was really beautiful. Went around the circle with a talking stick that my dear, delicate and angelic sister Romani, my Aussie sister Hermanita, she created this talking stick with so much love and care, and we used that in the circle, in the space. And we went around and shared our name and what brought us here and what we're feeling in the moment. And I guess it was almost overwhelming, the magnitude of gratitude that people shared towards me as a being, as a person, and towards having a space where people can just feel accepted as they are and feel loved as they are. And I was feeling into the notion of love a lot with the ceremony, and after we watched sunset together and drank the cacao, everyone shared what love meant to them and how they felt about love. And it was so gorgeously moving to hear everyone's perception and perspective and unique viewpoint and paradigm on this mystical experience that we call love. And it's almost speechless to capture that. And after everyone had shared, I read a love poem that I wrote, which was deeply moving and deeply touching. So yeah, I'd like to do a quick recall of who was in the space. There was Sasha and Jenna. There was the beautiful Kelly, who's Romani's close friend, and she created the cacao drinking cups for me, which was beautiful. Her partner Sean. Romani, of course, my angelic sister from Australia. And there was the New York City Zen Temple crew who I've been living with for a month. So there was Ben, Polly, George, the official photographer, and Jordan, which was really lovely to have their support and to have them there in this perhaps new environment and space. And then Sasha had 3 friends that he brought with him, cacao lovers and deeply moving people. And Sean's friend Kevin was there, and the beautiful Sophia was there, soaking up the love, and Doctor, as Sasha called the Love Doctor, was there, just immersing himself in the experience and allowing himself to connect and to feel. Really, really special. And then Chris, of course, was there. Chris, the buddy that I've spent lot of time in cacao ceremonies and Florencia's cacao yoga flows. You know, such an open-hearted guy out there doing his best, open to receive, and he stayed to the end until everyone had left, and he held a light up for me to pack up, which is such a small thing, but it meant so much because I was really tired energetically after holding the space and ensuring the smooth running of the ceremony. So to have someone there just to really just be of a bit of help and assistance after all of that was really, really honourable and delightful and divine. He had a car, so he dropped me home with all the stuff. So thank you, Chris, brother, for that. I appreciate and respect that very much. So yeah, that's who was there, and we did a big cuddle puddle. I was in the middle, and we all had a big cuddle and a big sigh, and then it just turned into this love and connection collaboration where people were just chilling, lying down, just holding each other's hands, stroking each other, hands on hearts. Sasha was playing the handpan. I'd made the homemade bliss balls with dates and banana and coconut and cacao and a lot of love, and was just going around serving people that. And Jenna was breaking bits of the bliss balls off and feeding people. And then I went around feeding people with extra sips of cacao and gave Sasha a massage while he was playing his instruments. And just sharing real love with anyone, you know, gender irrelevant, just an acknowledgement of the oneness and love that is infinite and unbounded, and that binds us all together. And yeah, just kissing Sophia and, you know, giving kisses to Sasha and Jenna and Doc kissing and hugging, and Sasha's 3 friends all standing up, hugging and kissing together. Just really deeply moving love space. And at sunset, watching the dear sisters Romany and Kelly just sitting next to each other with their eyes closed, feeling the sun, just in pure bliss. Just witnessing that is so lovely, and seeing the appreciation and gratitude of young Benny from the Cacao Yoga Flow, just seeing his gratitude for having a safe space, and Doc's gratitude for being there, and the delightful gifts that Romany gifted me with, the Dharmakaya Recalibration Essential Oil Blend of rosemary and Frankenstein Palo Santo, and also the essence and infusion of the water and love that was created on the altar for our Cozy with Cacao ceremony. She bottled it up and has gifted it to me in a drop, in a drop format, so that I can ingest it on my tongue and taste that infusion. So it's really it's it's incredible the intensity of the energy that is co-created by the openness of people to really feel and to be real, you know, and it's such an honor to do that. Yeah. We also started singing when we were all lying on the ground, comfy and sharing our love. We started singing the Muchas gracias Cacao, muchas gracias Pachamama, muchas gracias La Luna de Sol, muchas gracias for this life, open mi corazón. Muchas gracias Cacao, muchas gracias oh Cacao, muchas gracias Cacao, open mi corazón. Muchas gracias Pachamama, muchas gracias Pachamama, muchas gracias Pachamama, open mi corazón, open my heart. And that's what Cacao can facilitate within us. And that's why I love sharing it and sharing myself, you know, in my rawest authenticity to the best of my ability in that present moment. We sung that song together. We sung the sacred song, we are family, we are unity, this is sacred. We are na 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 na, this is sacred. Yeah, and that was a lovely song, and just had divine music playing in the background. And the moon was up there, and the sky was different colours. We're in the perfect spot to observe the sun setting and its beauty and enigma. And yeah, it's overwhelming, the contrast of the new day, you know, waking up. Today's a new day, yesterday was yesterday, and you know, slowly that experience and energy sort of fades away from the forefront of my consciousness, and it will always be in my heart. It will deeply be in my heart, being outside in nature with sunset, with Cacao, with such a lush, special group, and celebrating life, and celebrating existence. So, yeah, thank you for listening to that sharing, and it's a pleasure to share, and look forward to listening back over this and reflecting on these experiences. Yeah, and it's really promising when people like Kelly and Jenna share their confidence in me and in sharing the medicine and in working in healing and as a therapist and with the awareness and the care that they notice, and it's just really encouraging to know that, you know, my path is supported by so many people and encouraged. So thank you all, love you all. Mwah.